Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Miyogi, and I know this was a bit of an overdue video for the month, but this is our monthly content for Racing Master, and two big parts actually have to drop in. By the way, a part of this two, it's originally supposed to be three, but now it's just down to two because one of them has already ended its cycle. What cycle is that? It's the Bugatti Cento Dieci Masterclass series, where it's a one-make race up to 4 players at a queue to main the Bugatti Cento Dieci. Don't worry, if you do not have the Cento Dieci, you can use a trial version which is up to level 20 out of 25 at ECU 0. But to those who have already rolled for the Cento Dieci, they have the privilege to actually earn RP points during that one-make race. Now, that event has already concluded and the awards have been distributed depending on your ranking, and it's normally point-based, so the more frequent you play on the Masterclass series, the higher your rank will be, obviously. But now, we're going to be focusing on two things. One of the bigger news is that on March 27, the Southeast Asian server of Racing Master, aka Racing Master SEA, is going to launch for Android and iOS. No news yet on PC, but they did tell me that it would simultaneously launch or a bit of a few hours post-launch for it to be accessible to PC users. So if you're subject to FOMO or fear of missing out for that matter, your first instinct might be to sign up to the iOS or the Android version, bind it to your Gmail account, and use said account to transfer your data over to the PC once it is available. Me, on my hand, I actually honestly have a live, so I'm already managing 2 accounts on the JP server, and I'm only giving myself the privilege of only creating 1 account, which I am waiting for the PC version of SEA to launch so that I could join in at the beginning of the launch week of the game. And that's news number 1. News number 2 is that the Relay Expedition event is already on its 3rd release. And why is that significant? The reason being, if you have been following on my Discord server, by the way, we do have a Discord server, links in the description below. This is the time where the event 3 of the relay race, where you can get a 3rd copy of the Honda Civic FK8 Type R. If you have already played through the previous events that have this as a welfare reward, first of it being, I think it's the logo collection reward, that's the first drop, and then ECU 1 would be the Halloween event, I think, and then ECU 2 would be the New Year event. There was none that happened on February, so this is the year 3. So if you have participated in the relay race for the first time, you're gonna get your first ever copy of the FK8 Civic. But if you have been playing consistently like I have, you'd be getting an ECU 3. And it's a legendary car, mind you, so welfare cars are highly encouraged here, especially if they are legendary tier. The other legendary being, oh no wait, maybe it was December, because on January our welfare was the Fiat 500F. Thanks me for correcting me. And for this update, this is the half-month update, so we're getting another pair of cars in. We have the return of the Lotus Emira, which was launched, I guess, year-end of 2024. The Benz SLS AMG GT 2012, a bit of a wide boy here in sports class. And the extreme class of the half month is the SF90 Stradale by Ferrari, a 4-wheel drive production-based hypercar. As you can see, yeah, fastest production car ever made by Ferrari. So it's not limited as like the Enzo, the LaFerrari, or the other premium models. This one's a bit of a production-based road car. But the best part is that it's all-wheel drive. Honestly, I am not gonna roll for any of them. I have already wasted a lot of gems just getting the S15, which was the the launch of this month's update car alongside the 110. Now with updates out of the way, and I believe I have already completed my dailies, we're gonna go over on the relay. So for those who are not familiar, relay events were initially launched in the Sword Art Online update. And although it is not voice, it is good to see that we have a bit of some story content here. So consider this a bit non-canon. So your avatar and Haley would be normally doing the conversations, and I've done this on the Adriana account. You normally only have the conversations at the beginning. So I'm gonna do the voices for you.
Wow, the weather's fantastic today. How about we go on a road trip? Spring outing? That sounds great. Let's definitely do it. I'll check the car and get everything ready. I'll be set to go tonight time. Let's hit the road. We can take our time and enjoy the beautiful scenery along the way.
And your usual tutorial happens there. And it's a shame that it's not voice. Voice content is only reserved for the career. So we pick a difficulty. We have to pick 3 cars. Now, I gave so much... Oh! They shuffle depending on the class. So for this time... Okay. So for this case, I'm a field in... Fielding in the cars that you want to put in is kinda important, and this is the only time you get the freedom of choice. And the cars you get here are normally the ones that you have on your roster. I would recommend getting your top tier cars, and I've added the F-type project. Is if you have collected your seasonal bonus, you get a ticket that gives you a free ECU3 full tune ticket for the season. So you want to get that. I'll field in the Impreza and the Nozomi Mobile.
Wow, there's so many amazing sights. I want to visit this place and that one too. How about we make it spontaneous? We can go wherever you point.
Alright, so it's a bit of a branching route. So it's kind of playing a bit like a visual novel. So each spot, either you get a supply or an encounter. Encounter normally is a chance that gives you buffs or refuel. I've tried it in the standard class with the Adriana account. Refueling is not worth it. It gives you like around between 1 to 10 stacks of fuel. And the fuel here is treated as your timer. So we're gonna go for supply as the tutorial dictates us. And we get a choice to field in another car. If you have... which ones did I get? I get the Impreza and the Nozomi. Okay, I'll get the NSX. They normally field you in the cars that you have on your garage. And I highly recommend getting those from your garage and modifying them prior to starting the relay event. And here we go. Unexpected encounter gives us a bit of a screenshotted quote-unquote event. So the auto insurer called you to inform you that by upgrading the premier membership, so it's normally a bit of a generic thing just to progress. It gives you the option between more fuel or performance upgrade. I'd rather go for performance upgrades is gonna be either locked into the car or locked into your progress. So let's see what we're gonna get here. You assured the freight company and dealt with the matter over the phone. Carry on in your expedition. Okay, so yeah, it gives the buff depending on your vehicle. And at the end of the routes, or in between said routes, you get the scenery. You arrived at the scenic spot, why don't you slow down and enjoy the tranquility? So, you have the option to adjust your fleet, but if you don't, you're gonna be jumped straight to your chronological order of acquisition. And it is a sector-based release, so don't need to worry about full circuits. And just like with most relay events, you just have to do it as quick as you can. As you can see at the upper center, that's my quote-unquote gas. My gas is literally just my timer. So the faster you get to finish, the more you get to use your car. So there is a bit of some strategy involved in completing this. So we're gonna go through and breeze through in this session the entire chapter, the entire heat. So I'd rather go for unexpected encounters early game and get more performance. Basic breaks. Get to the Nozomi. We get another supply. We'll get the Polestar. And this one, that section over there, we can switch our cars if we like. I'd rather switch up the Polestar at the beginning. I want to get if there's some cars that you do not like and you want to get rid of first, fill them in at the very front so that if the gas runs out, you can switch over to your other cars. But again, it's a risk-reward system. Alright, so the Polestar is trash in cornering at low speeds. Just gotta get to that section as quick as you can. So I can still use this for another run. Maybe in the next heat, I'll show you what happens when we run out of gas. Another supply. I'll get the Mustang. I'm more familiar. But I've actually liked the progression with the S5 Cabriolet. So I'll get that. Let's go for another encounter. Google Maps, I found a new route. Would you like to choose the new route? Let's go for more fuel. Alright, slightly reduced difficulty. So it's also a buff when you get fuel. Fuel negative 30 at the finish. Our supply. Get the Z. Alright, so I'm still at the Polestar. I wonder how long this map would be for Sicily. Oh my god, my Volvo bugged. So it's a cold start. Would we run out of gas before we make it to the goal though? No, we won't. We'll still have one more heat with the Volvo. Oh, so it drops to 0. Okay, so fuel consumption reduces it further. Okay. So the Volvo's out. So when you get to certain chapters, you would also see these buttons called visits. Visits are additional scenic spots. So normally the scenic spots are at the end. By the way, when you... Okay, there we go. I thought when you make a selection, you're forever there. So you can see from the map here, you get double supply and visit or roam, or visit and then double supply. So it's the same difficulty and we end up at Barcelona. So I'd rather go this one because this is the easier one. And like you see there, your Volvo has been sacked out because there's no more gas. You're now fielded in with the Project 7. Also, like I said, it's better to go for performance than more fuel, because those more fuel moments, you would be really losing out on additional, you know, gas. So the gas, you gain some at the start of the race, but you lose that gain at the end. So it's a double-edged sword. I'd rather go for performance whenever you get into those, or just aim for supplies. So you get supplies here. I'm waiting for a moment where the game gives me the option to receive a legendary card that is not in my garage, because those are some rare moments. Oh, there we go. Alright, as you can see here, I do not have the Lamborghini Gallardo, but they're giving it to me. Here's the downside. If you select a card that you do not have in your garage, you would be receiving a bone stock vehicle. And bone stock vehicles are, I hate to say the term utter trash. But we're gonna do it anyway. So I got a bone stock. It's not even level 5, unlike what you get from the dealer. This is level 0. So for this one, we're gonna field in the Gallardo. Also, if you've noticed, the Gallardo has less gas compared to the cars you own. So that's a double negative. But it's up to you if you want to collect the Gallardo or not. For example, you've run out of your normal cars and you need to finish the heat. Then you need to pick the stock cars. Okay, this is a bone stock Gallardo, and look how sluggish the start is. I'm just glad that this is panorama, because this is a straightway. The problem... No, wait, never mind. Oh, no, wait. After this chicane is the straightway. Okay, there we go. I don't think I'm gonna make it, but you're gonna see what happens when you do. When you reach to 0 in the middle of the heat. So the term relay kicks in. Switch! As referred to back in the SAO event. So the next car online would be the one that would replace the car that you had that ran out of gas. And of course it means the car that you ran out of gas would be discarded. Now I only have 7 points left. The advantage is the 3-2-1 countdown grants you a few meters of a gap. Alright, we're now in the final chapter. There's excursion, unexpected encounter. Excursion, tour, and visit and roam, they are just the same. So if you do not want to run out of gas and you want to collect buffs, I'd rather go for unexpected encounters. I want to keep my Jaguar though, so I'm gonna risk it. Advance the starting point by 60 meters for one stage randomly. Okay, good. If I want to go for a race, but I'm gonna collect more supplies. Of course, we're gonna get the GTR. Then we have another supply route. The Mustang. And then visit. It's just a straight road. What could possibly go wrong? Other than I lose out the Jaguar. But we'll be fielding in with the Subaru right after. Okay, relay happens, and the 3-second one, that's our advantage before the counter starts ticking down. And now we are fielded in on our WRX. I keep calling this an Impreza, and I know this is the model that already deviated from the Impreza name. So I actually like this single-player limited event. It puts a bit of a twist of things, not to mention some strategy involved. So okay, you already arrived in your scenic spot. This is new, this is different. Sometimes you get unique maps that you do not normally use at... The ones that you don't normally use at ranked PvP. So I'm We'll field it as my number 2. Okay, now we're in the Ice Ring, which is normally only available at RM Land. And this one's meant to be triggered as a time attack, not a drift run. So since it's a normal run, try your best not to drift as much. And I know because this is a full lap, I am going to lose my STI. I'm gonna say goodbye to this on the last 85%. 90. And there we go. I'm actually kind of glad to see that certain maps we gain access to outside of it.
Woo! Even though going out can be a bit tiring, it feels so fulfilling. Let's recap the trip and plan to do it again sometime.
Alright, you can let's recap the outing. So you can recap it by just going over. Actually, you don't actually recap it. You just collect some EXP that you have earned. And these ones would actually help you. These are actually buffs. So tank up. So we're going to collect all these. Up to how much we can collect. And we can collect no more. There is no... How can I say this? There is nothing stopping you from doing the rest here. But yeah, that is the time limited event relay mode. So if you've remembered your Sword Art Online event, that plays very similarly. And again, news of the SEA server of Racing Master, it's gonna be a different installer as from what I'm already anticipating. Would be out on March 27 for iOS, Android, and hopefully on PC. Normally, I do this as a stream, but I'm a bit pressed for time at the moment, so this would have to do. But I hope you're all excited for joining in on the SEA server. Do check out Racing Master SEA's Facebook page for more details. And this is Miyogi saying see you guys in the next run.